interviewing Mr Crawley to learn about jobs. What is your job?
I'm a solicitor.
What do you like about your job?
I get to meet lots and lots of different people. I get to help people with different problems. I enjoy working with my colleagues as well. I've got a good team of people that I work with.
What do you use on your job?
All the skills that you learn in school. Reading, writing, maths to a certain extent. So essentially what I have to do is read documents. I have to write about documents. I have to explain things to people. So the things that you do in school are the skills that I use in my everyday job.
Have you got interviewed before?
Yes, I have. I had to do an interview for my university application. I had to do an interview for my first job. And I had to do a further interview for another job.
How many times have you been interviewed?
Probably three times.
What time does your job start?
It can start at any time. I've got to be in the office for 8:30, but I can pick up my emails from home at any time, and it just starts as and when I'm needed.
Have you ever been to other schools before?
Yes, I have. I'm a governor at this school, but I'm also a governor at Hawthorne and a governor at Waverley Primary School as well. So I have quite a lot of work to do with schools.
Would you prefer another job?
No. I think, to be fair, I like the job that I've got, and it's what I've always wanted to do. And I'm lucky to be in a position where I'm doing what I want to do for a living. So.
Is your job hard?
It can be. I can make it hard for myself sometimes. Sometimes my clients can make it hard for me. Like I say, I just use the same skills that you guys use every day: reading, writing, maths. Just sometimes people want things that are more complicated than usual.
You got a question, Shea? Sorry, can you finish your question?
Is your job done?
No. Every piece of my work is different. There's never one job that's exactly the same, because I meet lots of different people. There are lots of different ways of looking at things. I have to solve problems, so my job's like permanently solving puzzles every day.
What qualifications do you need to have your job?
You've got to go through your GCSEs, A-levels, then you've got to get a law degree, and then when you've done your law degree you have to go to university again to get something called a legal practice course certificate, and that's your postgraduate study.
What are the different jobs you do in your job?
Well, there are 3 areas of law that I work in. I work in employment law, I work in company and commercial law, and I also do some education law as well. So for employment law, I deal with employers and employees, so people who take people on and give them jobs. I also deal with people who've got problems when they go to work. In my company and commercial job, I buy and sell companies. So people come to me and say, I've got this business, but I've got a competitor. Can you approach them and see if I can buy them so that I can have their business as well? So I do that in the company and commercial side of things, and then from an education law point of view, I create academies. So the schools that have converted to academy like Sherwood, that's part of my job as well.
What company do you work for?
My company's called CA Law.
How long do you have to work?
Again, it can start at any time. Do you mean each day or?
Each day.
Each day. It starts at any time really, from 7:30, and I usually finish off about 8:30, 9:30 at night. But I don't have to be in the office for all that time. I can be out at meetings, I can be working on emails at home. So although it sounds like a long time, it's not a constant 14, 15 hours. I work when I please.
What are the different jobs you have?
I'm a solicitor. I'm a school governor, so that's kind of a job. I'm a dad as well. I've got 3 boys at primary school. Within my business, I do the company and commercial work, the employment work and the education law work. So I'm an employer as well. So yeah, I wear lots and lots of different hats on every day. I have to remember which one I'm wearing.
How does your job help people?
In some ways, I help schools to become academies that gives them more freedom, like show what to become. When I'm helping people with the business, it's usually so that their businesses can grow and they can employ more people. They can help communities. And from an employment law point of view, if you've got something going wrong with your job, then that can be quite a big effect on your life. So being able to help somebody who's having those difficulties is quite a good thing.
What do you dislike about your job?
Pushy clients sometimes. Some of my clients can be very difficult. That's the only thing. Most of the time, there's not a part of my job that I don't like. Sometimes it can be it can be high pressured at times, but other than that, it's fine.
Do you get along with the people that you work with?
Yes. Yeah, I'm lucky again in that I work with two people who I've known for a very long time, so we're also friends outside of work as well as work colleagues.
How many years have you worked?
I left university in 2003, so 10 years.
How many schools do you help?
At the minute, there's 4 that I'm working for actively, and they're all Doncaster based as well. One of them's a new school that doesn't exist at the minute, but will exist in 2014, so that's exciting.
Do you get stressed?
All the time. Yeah, there are different things that can create stress, like I said. Sometimes people wanting you to do things when you've got other things to do can create stress, and that creates pressure. So yeah, occasionally.
Do you have to go into court sometimes?
Thankfully, no. I avoid that. The area of law that I practice means that I don't have to argue in court. I did have to when I was a trainee, and there's a story. I had to go into a court in Nottingham and to do a licensing application. And a licensing application is me standing up in front of a judge and talking for about 20 minutes, telling him why this building should be granted a license. So I stood up, spoke for 20 minutes, and sat down expecting him to say, right, thank you, your license has either been granted or it's not. He deliberated with the other 2 people that were on the panel with him and told me then that he'd not heard a word that I'd said in the whole 20 minutes, so I had to sit at the back of the court and then do it again at the end of the licensing session. So that is why I don't like standing up in court. Bad experience.
Do you travel a lot?
Yeah, quite a bit. I tend to go out to see my clients at their businesses, so it's more of a case of getting into the car to go and see them rather than them coming to see me.
Do you have to wear a certain thing on your job?
You've just got to dress smartly, so trousers, shirt, tie, and sometimes a jacket, but I really don't like wearing jackets.
Have you ever got into court for your job?
Yes. I've been in court probably half a dozen times, and like I say, it's not something that I enjoy, so it's something that I try and avoid. I've got somebody that works with me that specialises just in court work, so they effectively take all of that work and do it so I don't have to.
Do you like your job?
Yes, yeah, it's very different every single day, and so from that point of view, I'm never doing the same thing.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you for your questions.